A Kelly file investigation now into Hoboken Mayor Dawn Zimmer and her attack on Christie. The mayor is a woman we have tried to speak with repeatedly.
I was just hoping to get someone that can back up your claims. Is there any reason you won't come on the Megyn Kelly show? Would you pay to be a guest tomorrow night? Mayor Zimmer?
Mayor Zimmer is accusing Governor Christie and his administration of threatening her, suggesting that they would withhold Hurricane Sandy relief funds unless she backed a redevelopment project they wanted. The mayor saying that she even kept journal notes of the encounters, and she has produced handwritten journal notes. But tonight we have learned that in a deposition just last year, Mayor Zimmer, under oath, stated that she does not keep any such records. An attorney in that case asking her, while she was under oath, quote, "Do you write notes in a calendar or some sort of memo pad that says follow up on a text or this was said during this meeting? Anything that would help you recall what was said during the course of the meeting?" To which she replied, "No, I don't." Louis Zayas is the attorney who asked Mayor Zimmer that question, and Guy Benson is a Fox News contributor and townhall.com columnist who's been digging into the story from the beginning. Louis, let me speak with you. So you were in an adversarial position against the mayor in a lawsuit. It was a wrongful termination case. You represented a client suing her for wrongful termination. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on that case because that's a side point. But you asked her about note-keeping on meetings. And did she later provide any wiggle room on this?
No. In fact, in her deposition, I specifically asked her whether or not she had any sort of a diary, calendar, or some sort of memo pad that she would transcribe any matters that dealt with Hoboken business, and she specifically said no, she did not. And what's important to note that there was a trial in December where that same question was asked, and she again reaffirmed that she didn't keep any diaries. So I find it curious that now she's alleging that she had some sort of journal or diary of some sort that...
Well, she's produced it. She has given it to some other networks, and you can see her handwritten notes on the journal pages.
Well, that's... I looked at the journal, and it looks like she could have gone that journal or notepad in a local CVS and written at any point. There's nothing that indicates...
This is an excerpt of it. Yeah, there's no date. And as an evidentiary matter, as a practicing attorney, this is not the kind of thing that would be admissible in a court of law without the appropriate foundation of when she took it, what the date was, and so on and so forth.
That's correct, and it will be interesting to see the entire book, because if it's a journal of some sort, you would think that they would have other entries preceding this so-called...
entries that may have been relevant in your case, but you did win your case.
We did win the case, that's right.
All right, do you have a gripe against her? Are you a Republican? Is this a political thing for you?
I am a Republican, but my case has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with a discrimination case that we felt that the mayor discriminated against my client, which the jury basically believed.
Okay.
My political affiliation has nothing to do with the cases I take.
Got it. Let me bring Guy in. Guy, you've been looking into this, and strangely, this piece of the story has gone largely ignored by a lot of the media who are very quick to put Mayor Zimmer on the air.
So strange, right, Megyn? You remember 2 weekends ago when this story broke, it was a feeding frenzy. This fueled the narrative that Christie was a big bully, and there were swirling scandals that were casting a pall over his second inauguration. And now, as a lot of evidence, and quite frankly, this diary controversy is just the tip of the iceberg of what has emerged, all this evidence has come out, and you've got the national media shrugging, paying virtually no attention whatsoever to the follow-up on whether or not Mayor Zimmer was telling the truth.
The thing is, her allegations came at a time that was very inconvenient, to put it mildly, for Governor Christie. And she was accused by some of piling on. But she came on TV, Guy, and she seemed like, she's just this mom who ran for office. She got bullied by the governor. She knew she was going to get pushed around, so she didn't want to come forward. And she reluctantly did so once she saw all the hubbub about the governor. Many found her very believable.
Well, many people did. The only piece of concrete evidence, if you can call it that she's put forward to back up her claims is this diary, which she subsequently said under oath she didn't keep. That's point one. And then, Megyn, you're an attorney. You know the old rule, follow the money. She is alleging harm. She is saying that her city was starved of Sandy relief aid because she wouldn't go along with this extortion scheme over a quid pro quo in a building project that Christie wanted. But the Associated Press looked into the money trail, and not only are they totally downplaying the amount of money that the city got overall in approved direct aid, $70 million, of the type of aid that she's griping about here, Megyn, The Associated Press went through and said actually Hoboken got pretty much the same amount of money that all other cities within this group got, and in fact, in another subset of the money, got more than most of the eligible cities. So
I'd love to
the
ask her these
harm
questions.
that she alleges isn't there.
Love to ask her these questions directly, which is why we asked her in that first question that you can hear there, is there anyone who can back up your claims? Because if the lieutenant governor came to you directly and threatened you, wouldn't you turn, normal human behavior is to turn to your aides and say, oh my goodness, guess what happened? No such person has come forward as of yet. We will wait and continue watching to see what happens. Gentlemen, thank you both.
Thanks, Megan.